And later on News 8 at 5:30.
Anyone who's watched the NFL this year has heard about this new formation called the Wildcat. Well, it's not new at all. I'm George Lettuce. We'll tell you about Carlisle's interesting role in football history.
That's getting lots of attention in the NFL is nothing new. In fact, it began decades ago right here in the Susquehanna Valley. It has people across the country on Wildcat Watch. That's up next when we come back.
WGAL 8. Now, coverage you can count on continues. From the home of Super Doppler 8, this is News 8 at 6.
Several pro football teams, including the Eagles, are using a new play this year with a lot of success. It's called the Wildcat Formation. But as News 8 Cumberland County reporter George Lettuce explains, it's actually one of the oldest calls in the playbook, and it started right here in the Susquehanna Valley.
The Wildcat Formation. Snapping the ball directly to someone other than the QB. It's now a popular and successful trick play in the NFL. And Carlisle deserves a lot of credit. The birthplace of the Wildcat Formation was on this very field in 1906 at what is now the Carlisle Barracks. Back then, it was the Carlisle Indian School.
Called it his Formation A, the single.
Local author and football enthusiast Tom Benji made a documentary about it called The Birth of Modern Football.
The first important game.
It recalls how Pop Warner, who later started the first youth football leagues, was the coach of the Carlisle team of Indians. They played against bigger, stronger college teams.
Warner eliminated the short snap to the quarterback with a direct snap to a running back.
Then it was called the single wing formation.
But it's my belief that because the Indians were so small and quick, that Warner needed to do something to give them an edge. It was so successful in the early 20th century that it was the dominant offense for the first half of the century.
Over time, though, teams, particularly in the NFL, got away from it.
It went out of fashion, went out of style. But coaches, even today, have said there's no better offense for running the football. Maybe that's why modern football, just like fashion, is looking to the past for inspiration. Everything old is new again. In Carlisle, George Lettuce, News 8.
And is still used by some.
That's pretty cool. And, you know, not only pro teams using it, a lot of college teams, including Penn State, have used that formation quite a bit this season. And Penn State's done very well with it, but it's really kind of cool to think that it all started in Cumberland County. You know,
That's really back to the basics.
You wouldn't think of that as being the birthplace of football history, but it is.
Thank you, Prince.